YouTube fam, what is up? Hope you guys had a great weekend. Now, in this video, I want to answer 2 questions. So, basically, I post a video on TikTok and on Instagram regarding that, my mom, she still have a mortgage on her house, but I don't want to pay her house off. And a lot of them will be like, well, Khang, you make so much money. Why don't you just pay her house off? Also, too, is on my house, I also have a $50,000 mortgage left. So I bought my own house 16 years ago. So this is back in 2007 at the peak of the real estate market. I bought my house for $350,000. But anyways, I want to jump on. I want to answer the question is, should you pay off your mortgage? Like, should you pay off your house or should you not? And hopefully after me explaining this, that you get it clear, that basically you're clear that way so you can make a decision based on your current situation, should or should not pay off your existing mortgage or anybody's mortgage, okay? So here we go. If you enjoyed this, once again, if this add any value to you, please show your boy King Khang some love. Boom, smash the thumbs up. If you're new to the family, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the family. Be sure to boom, smash that subscribe button. And throughout this whole entire video, if you have any question, drop in the chat and let's rock and roll. So, I made a video saying that, basically sharing with you guys that there is a hack. So if your parents is over 61, here's what you need to do to lower their property tax. So my mom were paying, so before I get into the details, I got about less than 30 minutes. So my mom was paying about $2,900 a year in her property tax. All right? And if your parents is 61 or older, they qualify for what's called the senior exemption property tax, which means all you need to do is contact your county or your city and let them know, right? And then there's a form that they ask you to fill out. After that, if there is still a mortgage on your parents' property, you need to call the mortgage company, all right? And they're going to contact the city or the county to make sure, right, that your mom or your parents is qualified, which they do if they're over 61 or older. And literally, I took her property tax from $2,900 to now she pays around $525 per year. Boom. Imagine that. Okay? Now, whether they still owe money on their house or they don't owe any money on their house, this work. All right, so check it out. So my mom still owes about $70,000. Okay, so let me start over and let me break this down. And when I post this video, everybody's like, well, Khang, you make so much money. Why don't you pay your mom's house off? Listen, so my mom still owes about $70,000 on her house. And I think the interest rate is around, I could be a little off, but about 4%. So she pays about, I think altogether, it's about $750 per month. Okay? You guys follow me? So, $70,000 is what I make in about a week. So paying her house off is not a big deal. But here's why I choose not to pay it off. So, if I take $70,000 from my bank account and go pay her house off, now all it is that she doesn't have to pay anything. So she saved $750 a month. That's how much she's going to save. So if I take my $70K and I go and I pay off her $70K, wipe that out, which means she doesn't have to worry about paying the $750 a month anymore. So, zero. That's how much saving she's going to save. But now check this out. So let me wipe all this. We'll do this again. Okay. So once again, she owes $70K on her house. Okay. Monthly payment, $750 per month. And here's my $70K. Okay. If I take my $70,000 out of my bank account, but instead, if I was to take the $70K and go buy an investment property, that pays me $1,700 per month. Now, when I say $70,000, I'm saying that's a down payment on a property. Okay? Now, check this out. And there are states that you can buy a house for $70,000 cash, and it probably going to bring maybe between $1,000 to like $1,200 in rent. Okay? But let's just say now I can take this rent here, goes pay for my mom's monthly mortgage, and this rent, okay, is enough to probably cover that property as well. So now my mom is still living rent-free. She doesn't have to pay anything, rent-free. But as for me, check this out. So for me, what it is when it comes to tax season, I now own an asset that's being paid by the renter, not by me, and they also pay for my mom, okay? But the best part is at the end of the year when tax season comes around, guess what, my friend? I get to claim this on my tax return, and I get to claim, well, not me, but my mom, but she's not going to claim anything, but I'm just saying the interest that is being paid on that property as well. So if I do it this way, it saves me hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. When I call this tax, is we call it depreciation. So I can depreciate this property over 27 and a half years. I don't know why I put a percent sign, but do you guys understand? So if I were to take this $70K paid off, all I'm saving is $750 a month. But if I could take that $70K, buy an investment property, now I own an investment property. I own an asset that pays for itself and pay for my mom. And then I get to write off. So now, guess what? My mom win, I win. The only person that doesn't win in this whole equation is Uncle Sam. So now I pay, I wouldn't say zero, but way less in. So instead of paying Uncle Sam $150K, if I were to go this route, maybe I only need to pay him $50K. So it would have saved me $100,000 in tax. That is why, my friend, that is why you don't want to pay it off. Why would you? Or you can take the $70K. Okay, so now let's do a whole new scenario. Okay, so once again, it's the people that don't understand how this actually works, how debt actually work and leverage. And typically it's the brokey, all right? But check this out. So my house, once again, I posted another video. So I bought my house back in 2007. This is when Lon and I know nothing about real estate. So our whole goal is to pay off the house as soon as possible. Because we were raised where, you know, get a good JO and become debt-free. And that's when you know that you're set. And most Asian, we're raised to not owe any debt, to become debt-free. You know, own your car free and clear, own your house free and clear. Like, don't have any debt. So at this point, Lon and I didn't know about real estate. So we bought a house back in 2007 for $350K. We put $70K down. Instead of putting 3.5% down, Lon and I put 20%. Once again, Lon and I were focused on having a very small monthly mortgage payment. Once again, at this time, Lon and I know nothing about real estate. I don't know what I know today. Because if I know what I know today, I would have done it all differently. But for Lon, she probably still do the same thing. Because Lon, she's more of a conservative investor than I am. So anyways, okay. So we put 20% down, which is $70K. So anyways, fast forward, we still owe about $50,000 on our mortgage today. So our monthly mortgage is probably way less than your guys' car rentals. Your car payment. So right now we pay about $350 per month on our mortgage. Probably less than your car payment. That's how much we owe. So there was a comment that said, whoa, Khang, once again, why would a millionaire owe $50 or $50,000 on his mortgage? Well, check this out. So let's just say this was you. Now, here's what you can do with the 50K. You can take your 50K that you currently have in the bank right now and go pay off your mortgage. So that way you don't have to worry about paying the $350 per month. So that's how much you save a month. But now your bank account, okay, now your bank account, guess what? It's at zero. Because you took the 50, you want to be debt free, so you pay it off. Boom. But imagine if you're stuck at the J-O, the B. How long did it took you to save up the 50K? And for a lot of you, if you're the mom and pop, if you're a solopreneur, right? You start out building your own little business. You're doing everything yourself. Maybe your business only makes you $150K or so a year. How long does it take you to save up the 50K? A year, 2 years, 3 years? I don't know. Now you take that 50K you paid off, so you save $350 a month. So you'd be like, yeah, you know what? One less thing I have to worry about, the mortgage payment, right? But you know what you could have done? Here's what you could have done. Okay? And a lot of you need to understand this concept. So stop asking me stupid questions. Okay. So once again, you could have taken that 50K and you could have invested back into your business. Or for some of you, let's just say you're working at a J-O the B, and I don't know how long it's going to take you to save up that 50K, but you could have taken this 50K, my friend, and kickstart a side hustle. And let me tell you, man, if you want to start a business, it's much easier to kickstart and launch that business when you have the cash versus when you have nothing to start. It's way harder. Because when you have nothing, my friend, you're trading your time for that money. So you're doing all the freeway, which everyone is doing. But when you're able to have the cash, you can kickstart and launch your side hustle or a business that you want to do. A lot more, I wouldn't say easier. It's just that you have the money to leverage. So things will be a lot easier. So for example, instead of pounding the phone and cold call, so now I'm talking about wholesaling. So let's just say you got 50K to start your wholesaling business. Instead of just sitting there pounding the phone and cold call, you could do what's called direct mail. Or you can do SMS. Or you can do PPC. Like all of this, my friend, costs money. So if you have the money, guess what? You don't have to do the hard way. You don't have to pound the phone. All you're doing is you're taking your money, you're spending on these, and then guess what? You're just waiting for your phone to ring. So you can go on your day, go fishing, do whatever it is you want to do, and you just wait for your phone to ring. That, my friend, is way easier than just having to pound the phone 8 hours a day. So if I were to have the cash to start, I wouldn't cold call. I talk a lot about cold calling, but I wouldn't. I talk about cold calling because a lot of you don't have the money. So you got to do it the hard way. Cold calling suck. Versus if you do it this way, you're just playing the fishing game. You cast a net, and then you just wait for the seller to call you back. Boom. And the thing is, if you do it right, instead of saving yourself $350 a month, and let's just see how much is that a year? $350 times 12. So instead of trying to save yourself $4,200 a month by paying off your mortgage, if you do it right, you can turn this 50K into 500K, and obviously, hopefully, into 5 million. It's the only way if you would have take that and build a business with that money. Do you guys understand? Make sense? So a lot of you, what you're doing is that you're thinking small and you're just scared. You're afraid that if I take this 50K and invest it into a business, would I get it back? You see, that's when you don't have the faith and the confidence in yourself. But the thing is, you don't just take the 50K and just dump it into the business blindly. You got to have strategies, my friend. You got to be strategic. Strategy. You got to plan how are you going to spend that 50K. You don't just invest it stupidly and blindly. Make sense? So here's how I would do it. Does this make sense, you guys? So the biggest thing is how can you take your money and maximize it Invest it where it actually makes you 100 times in return. Why would you worry about saving $350 a month when you can take that 50K and turn into 500K? It's like, come on now, shit. So even this, even if you do it at the low, did you know that just with $50,000, I'm going to give you another example. So the 50K, $350 a month, okay? That's my mortgage. Even if you become a private lender, if you, let's just say you have a family member, let's just say you're like, Khang, I don't want to build a business. I want to just put my money to work. Okay. You can even make more than that just by lending the $50,000 out. So let's just say one of your family member or your family investor that you can trust and you guys build a relationship. Did you know that, let's just say if he's going to go buy or she's going to go buy a property, fix it and flip it or whatever they do. Did you know that you can just lend your $50,000 out and probably make $500? Because, let me see here, 50,000 times 12%, that's 6,000. 6,000 divided by 12. That's $500 a month. Boom. I can't believe my math just got really good. So that's $6,000 a year. If you just loan out your $50,000, you could make $6,000 a year. Just by loaning out your money, guess what? That $500 will pay for your mortgage, and you still pocket what? $250. And your $50,000 still stay right there, my friend. It didn't go anywhere. You didn't give it to the banky. Because when you give this $50,000 to the banky, guess what the banky's going to do, my friend? The banky's going to do exactly what you would have done or you should have done. They're going to take that $50K, they're going to loan it out to someone and make 4, 8. It's at 8% now. And they're going to loan it out and make 8% on your money. Why wouldn't you do that? Why don't you be the bank? Why don't you loan your money out? Come on, man. Shit. Get educated, my friend, before you get eliminated. Leverage to the max. Every single one of you that's on the live, please comment in the chat and let me know that you understand what I'm talking about right here. That I'm not speaking Chinese. That you guys understand this whole concept. If you just loan your money out, you could even make more than just by paying off the mortgage. All right, so let's take a couple questions. Oh, I actually have to go back and tell you what I would do if I got the 50K. So here's what I would do. So you want to be strategic. I can't even say that word. So with $50,000, if you don't know how to spend this 50K, my friend, you think it's a lot of money, but it's going to go like that. It's going to go so fast that you'll be like, shit, where did my 50K go? So you got to have a plan. You got to be smart and you got to be strategic with how you're going to spend the 50K. But I see so many people got 50K and they're now, hey, you know what? They want to start a business and they go go fancy. They get top of the line equipment. They go and drop, $3,000-$5,000 on a Mac computer. Stupid. Dude, you want to start, you want to get the tools, the equipment that you need, but you want to, you want to make sure that you can get something that works the same, that is decent, cheap, not super cheap, but it got to be at least decent. So instead, dude, just get a computer, dude, that you can just pay $500 for instead of $5,000. Do you know why people that start a business and get like the top of the line stuff? Because they want to look rich. That's why. It's all about impressing other people. That's not smart, my friend. That's not a smart businessman or businesswoman think. I just don't understand. Dude, because you think you got 50K, dude, it's going to go quick. So once again, don't go with Apple, dude. Don't go with Apple because you don't got the money yet. You don't need to rent an office space. And if you do need office space, I don't know what business you're going to start, but find something that is just cheap. That you know what? I think I can make this work. So don't go out and start everything top of the line. Because your whole goal, my friend, is how can I start generating revenue? How can I start making money the quickest with as little things that I need as possible? And then, so which means even though you got the 50K, but you still need to be resourceful. My friend, that is what you need to think. How can I start my business up ASAP and start generating revenue right away? With as little out of pocket as possible. Because your goal is you want to make sure that this is a proven concept, that you are going to stick with it, that you're going to do it, and that it's going to make you money first. Whether you're going to make $1 from it or $500 from it, it doesn't matter. You want to make sure, because once you're able to make $1 from something that you're going to do, my friend, that's it. Because now the confidence, the belief, everything is there. But you know that this actually works. What happened to a lot of you is that you take your money, you start to go fancy, and then you don't commit. And then you lose your money. You drop 10,000 right on something, and boom, it didn't work because you didn't commit. It's not that it didn't work. You just didn't commit. You went in it for 3 months, and then you saw something else, so you become that shiny object syndrome. Okay, makes sense? So if I were to start out with my wholesaling business with 50K, dude, I would go SMS, direct mail, and all that. And with wholesaling, you don't need a whole lot. You know, $5,000 SMS, direct mail, and you're good to go. 5 to 10 G's. It will last you a couple months. Omar said, Khang, can I do Novation in Illinois? So, Mark, good question, man. So Novation, you know, I'm going to do a private class on Novation, but Novation is so good, man. It's so good for any states that require you to have a license. So it doesn't matter what state you're in, like Illinois, Oklahoma, I think Nebraska, some other states as well, that require you to have a license to wholesale. Novation, dude, will be perfect. Will be perfect. Can you start wholesaling with $0? 49, God 49. The answer is yes, my friend. But the real question, bro, is why do you have no money? That's the question. Like, yes, you can wholesale with no money. You know, because but the question is why? Why don't you guys have it? Why don't you guys have money? Like, I just don't understand. If you don't do it, then you need to start looking at the way that you spend your money. Because it's not about making money, my friend. It's not about how much you make. It's how much you can keep. Because whatever it is, if you make $5,000 a month, I'm telling you right now, if you make $5,000 a month and you can't even keep 20% of your money, dude, you have a spending problem, my friend. You have a spending problem. And until you fix your spending problem, you will never become financially free, my friend. Never. It doesn't even matter if I can teach you how to make $1 million a year. You never become financially free because you have a spending problem. But yeah, man, you can start wholesaling with $0. It's called D4D, right? Drive around. If you're like, Khang, dude, I don't have money for gas. Dude, honestly, bro, like, maybe entrepreneurship is not even for you. Like, I just don't understand how you can live in America and just don't have money. Just, especially if you have a job. But it's called D4D. You just go around your city, look for some rundown houses, take down the property address, skip trace, and send them a message. So there's a new platform that I just recently been doing with them, and it works great for SMS. For those of you who say, Khang, what is the platform where I can use text message, text blast? Link is in the descriptions. They are the best. All right? If you're looking for a platform that you're like, hey, what company can I use to do text blast? Check the link in my descriptions. What other questions? Beck said, Khang, does the SMS script you use from BAS obey the new regulation since is use the word cash offer in the initial message? So Bex, all I can tell you is I'm not going to give you any legal advice. Please do your own research. But to me, I don't overthink. I just do it. So that's the message that we sent out. And if you're afraid about saying the word cash offer, then just remove the word cash and say, hey, we're willing to make you a free, no risk, no obligation offer on your property. But the message that I share with you is the same message that we use on all of our text blasts. So imagine if you're sitting here on the phone, you're calling people. Why don't you just with one push of a button, you can send out the same message to 5,000 people and then just wait for them to respond back to you. I love SMS. And the reason why I love cold calling, I talk about cold calling because my VA, because as I'm on the live, my VA are cold calling right now. But if you were to do it, it sucked. I hated it. I don't think anybody likes to cold call, man. What other question you guys got? We got about 4 more minutes here, and I'm going to wrap it up. For those of you who's watching, listen, if you're like, Khang, I need help getting started and all of that, this is probably the best place to go to is grab my book. If you have Kindle, you can download it for free. Just go to WTMbook.com. I literally share all the secret in this book. 43 pages long. It's a quick read. You can get it done within an hour or less. Just go to WTMbook.com and you grab it. Let me know. Khang, drop the video you upload on Saturday with live call. I might have to cut out some stuff and then I'll upload it. But I'm planning, so comment in the chat and let me know if you guys would be open for this. So I'm planning to bring back the Friday live cold call role play. So if you want me to bring that back, which means for those of you who don't know what that is I get on the phone with you, I role play with you, and then I'll give you honest feedback, tips, advice to help you improve your phone call skills, right? Your negotiation and your communication skill with the seller. So here's another thing that I want to point out is that typically when I am on live and when I talk, I do have a stutter problem. Typically I talk really fast. I actually try to slow myself down because if not, then I have a pretty bad stutter problem. So when I go live and if I role play with you guys, like you see that? You will be able to see it. So I'm pointing this out because I want you guys to understand that I don't let anything hold me back, my friend, from getting that money. And you shouldn't either. English is my second language. I have a stutter problem, but I still close deal. So if I can do it, and I'm a high school dropout, and if I can do this, why can't you? If I can build $1 million business as a high school dropout with no business degree, no business experience, then why can't you? The reason why you can't is because you're too busy making excuses instead of making money. That's it. It's the only reason why, my friend. Because ask yourself, were you born in a mud hut? Did you grow up catching frogs for dinner? I got bullied in school. I got made fun of because the way I look and the way I talk. But I let none of that hold me back. And I never make excuses. 2 types of people that I hate. One is lazy people. Those people are hopeless. You cannot help them. They're lazy. All they think about is get easy money, get rich quick kind of shit. Lazy people. Hate them. Number 2 is excuse maker. Sick and hate them. Excuse maker. All they do is make excuses. Like if something happens to them, the first thing they do is they blame. They blame other people. If they have employee and if the employee is not doing good, they blame the employee instead of blaming them. Which means instead of saying, oh, you're that person, dude, focus on you. So what can I do to qualify better employee, to bring better people onto my company? How can I improve myself as a leader? Why don't my employee doesn't respect me? See, to me, that is like blaming, making excuses instead of like, well, look at yourself, right? So for me, dude, whether your business is going good or go bad, it's all on you. You should never blame anything or anybody, but own up. Because when you own up, it's the only way that you can change your life and your business. Because you own up. Then you know that I need to make the changes. Because you can't make other change. You can only change yourself, my friend. Mark said, Khang, when Novation private class is taking place? Mark, so follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of that, because I'm going to make an announcement. So I'm talking to my team today because we need to set this up. So we need to get people in. They need to register. So there's like a whole thing about it, right? Register, sign up, and it's going to be like a private Zoom class where we get everyone in there. And I'm going to spend like maybe an hour and a half. I'll go through the whole entire thing. Then I'll answer all the questions and all of that. So whenever we do a class, it takes a lot of work and it costs me a lot of money because I got to start spending people, hiring people to get everything in place and marketing and all that. So, but Mike D said, bring back and Khang. Always appreciate your education. You're welcome, bro. Mark, it's going to be, dude, it's going to be for free. So the class I'm bringing back, dude, if I'm going to do it, which I will, so watch out for the announcement. It's not going to cost anything to register. Free game. So I always say it, man, the knowledge is free, but the hustle is sold separately. I hope you guys appreciate this. I hope you guys appreciate this live. I truly hope it does add value to you, but also comment down below and let me know if you want me to bring back the Friday cold call role play. Until next time, take care and let's go get this money.